What are we trying to do here? We're trying to learn how to live a good life. Stoicism is about applying your rational mind in the present moment. And there's only one present moment, right? Welcome to Season 4, Episode 5. This is your host, Anderson Silver, with a sore throat, but I'm here doing it, man. My body's a vessel. I exist up here, and the part of me up here says I should keep recording this. Doesn't matter if my voice is not up to par. You guys are still going to appreciate this, hopefully. And if not, hey, you can poke fun at me because I poke fun at me too. I sound like a goose. It's going to be a very quick recording this week because it's the second time I'm recording this. because I'm trying new technology, as you know. And I recorded this a week ago, and the sound quality with the microphone was horrible. So here we are, 10 seconds. The road trip is kind of on for the summer. That's all I'm going to say. Next week, I'll tell you more. If you do live within a 4 or 5 hour radius of Montreal, and you would be interested in having me come to your area, shoot me a DM. I'm just building a map. That's all I'm saying for now. This episode's inspiration comes from Cameron, who's asking, what can Stoicism teach us about finding your way through feeling lost in life? And that's a very key distinction he makes there. How do we find our way through feeling lost, he says. And this is important because step one, we have to recognize game. You know which way you're headed, Cameron. Moreover, you know that you're not on that path. You know you've veered off and you're trying to find tools and tricks and ways to get back on the path. So to me, you're already doubly virtuous, my man. And you're inspiring me to redo this video today, even though I'm feeling like crud and sound like a goose. Now, we will talk about the third step on how do you find your way back, but let's get to today's quote. Today's quote comes from Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. You'll remember my Dover Thrift Edition busted copy that's held together with tape. But that's okay, because we're just trying to get the wisdom in our heads. Doesn't matter how nice the book looks. So we're going to go straight to book 4, line 2. And it is one sentence, really straightforward, really simple, in the way Marcus Aurelius likes to write his quotes. Here we go. Let no act be done without a purpose, nor otherwise than according to the perfect principle of the art of living. Now, to me, this is so striking. And yes, it could be interpreted in different ways. But today we're going to look at it from the perspective of, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to learn how to live a good life. But part of that includes living a life. And this life we're living is in these very fallible, base and primitive vessel. Okay, so we will rock you. I couldn't resist. We will make mistakes. We will veer off the path of virtue at least 100 times a day. It's normal. Sometimes we veer off so much for so many days or weeks or months that we find it hard to get back. Here's the beauty of it. Remember that Stoicism is about applying your rational mind in the present moment. And there's only one present moment, right? If you can focus your rational mind on your purpose in life, on your task and purpose in life, well, then you're right back on the path to virtue. So what is your purpose in life? If you haven't done so already, finding your spiritual necessities, or as I call them, just your necessities in your user's manual, is the key to having a purposeful and meaningful life, because he who has a why can endure anyhow. Also, if you don't have direction, how do you know which way to sail the boat, right? So, as I always say, there are answers in this book, but I'm not telling you to buy it. In fact, I'm going to flip over to chapter 14 right here and read the 6 steps to finding your necessities if you have not already. Step 1, your necessities must be decided on objectively. This means listen to advice, sure, but you decide on your objectives. You decide on your necessities. It should not be your parents, not your spiritual leader, certainly not some crackpot on the internet, but you should decide for yourself what it is you need to do to feel purpose and accomplished. 2, as you consider your subjective needs, make sure you consider them objectively. You have to try and see the world from other people's points of view, right? 3, every day is death. The day you die is only the final death. Every day is a slice of death. So you have to make sure your necessities are accomplished in the day. Well, technically it should be in the present moment, but trying to live every millisecond at a time is difficult. So living one day at a time seems like, a good pragmatic balance. So find necessities that you can accomplish, start and accomplish within 24 hours. 4, your necessities are yours, which means you have to be able to accomplish them. You should not be relying on anybody to accomplish your necessities. Hint, hint, your body, this vessel, is also not you. So you have to make sure you find necessities that you can do in here independently of its emotions. 5, you must periodically reevaluate your necessities because things change, realities change. Your spiritual necessities today is not going to be the same 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And finally, 6, this is an important one. Don't skip this. It's like leg day. You should write down all your old necessities, every single one, and keep a list. I keep my list right near the front of my journal, and every now and then I look at my old list of necessities to show the progress and change within of how my primary objectives in life have shifted towards greater and better things. So remember, physically we have necessities, right? We have to eat, we have to drink water, we have to sleep. Don't do that for a week, or don't do any one of those for a week. You'll get very sick. You might even die. Spiritual necessities are the same thing. If you don't tend to your spiritual necessities, you will die. Inside, your spirit will die. I mean, I don't have to look much further than where I live. I live in North America, in a very privileged part of the world. But when I walk around downtown, everybody looks nice, but I can see they're dead inside. And I was one of them. I was dead inside too. So find your spiritual necessities. Don't neglect them. And when you feel a little lost, just pull out your list of necessities. Drop everything else, you guys. Focus on the only thing that matters to you, because we get one shot at this thing called life, and we don't get that many things to care about. So let's focus on what's important to us, and let's do the crap out of it as good as we can, and have some fun along the way. Well, that's it for this exercise. Don't forget that we're all in this thing called life together. Yes, it's tough, but I'm rooting for you, and I'll talk to you next time.